Welcome back to A Boxing Chef. Today we'll be discussing the very entertaining Adrien Broner. Adrien Broner is the youngest four-time world champion. At 26 years old, he captured the super featherweight, lightweight, super lightweight, and welterweight championships. At 23 years old, he was on top of the world, being a multi-millionaire, going on tour with rappers like 2 Chainz, Lil Wayne, and T.I., and being ranked number 5 pound per pound in the boxing world. Despite being this popular, it would all come crashing down when he would face his next opponent in Marcus Maidana. Marcus Maidana was seen as a cherry pick by Adrien Broner, despite Marcus Maidana winning his last 4 matches. He was seen as a sharp fighter and an easy win for Adrien Broner. What was overlooked about Maidana is that this was Maidana's last chance of relevancy and his last chance to get a world championship title. Now, what gave Maidana the chance to beat Broner was that he had a new training team in Robert Garcia and his team. So he was teaching him a few different things, a few new things. Although Maidana was a veteran at this point in his career, he was still young enough to pick up new things to add to his arsenal. On December 14th, 2013, the talk was over, and both fighters got into the ring to see who would become victorious. Adrien Broner to see if his career would continue to skyrocket, or Marcus Maidana to see if he still had anything left in the tank. In the first round, Adrien Broner came out as confident as ever, doing some inappropriate things to Maidana, but Maidana would later answer him back by knocking him down in the second round. After the first knockdown, Maidana would stay in control of the match the whole entire fight, actually knocking down Adrien Broner a second time. However, Adrien Broner would still get his shots in, but at the end of the night, it wasn't enough to get the decision. Broner would finish the fight, but Maidana won a clear majority decision with the judges. After the fight, Broner was ridiculed for focusing more on his extracurricular activities and not focusing on boxing. Adrien Broner was still able to give fights because of his popularity. However, these would be against low-level competition. He would also lose 7 pounds and go back down to the super lightweight division. His critics would unfortunately be correct, and he would continue not focus on boxing and focus more on other activities. However, despite these misfortunes in his career, he would still be signed to PBC and go on to fight his next opponent in Shawn Porter. Despite having another chance against a big name to prove that he was here to stay, Adrien Broner did not win this fight, although he did knock down Shawn Porter in the 12th round. It was all for naught, more like a consolation prize. Shawn Porter did win most of the rounds, and the fight was already won by him. Now, was this the best Broner that we've seen at this point? According to Adrien Broner himself, he BS'd when he was training for this fight. Unfortunately, after this fight, Adrien Broner was charged with armed robbery after a videotape surfaced where he was in the act of doing so. After these charges were put onto him, he didn't even have a second to blink, as he was given the opportunity to fight for the WBA super lightweight world title against Khabib Alikardiev. Adrien Broner cruised through this fight, totally dismantling his opponent and winning his 4th division world championship. After this, more of the same would continue to enter Adrien Broner's life. He still had continuing legal battles. He was still thrown into big fights. One of his fights was against Mikey Garcia, which he lost, and then another one against Manny Pacquiao, which he also lost. After the Manny Pacquiao fight, Adrien Broner would still fight low-level competitions, and his latest fight in 2024 was against a man by the name of Blair Cobb, which he lost against. As of July 2026, he is still inactive with a record of 35-5-1. And although he is not a world-class boxer anymore, he has recently taken over the streaming world with his entertaining content and flamboyant personality. He is supposedly training to make a comeback according to his streams, but we will see in the future. I give all the respect to Adrien Broner and his career. I think he is a future Hall of Famer. And thank you for watching. This is A Boxing Chef, and I'm out.